Why, hello there, Cancer, and welcome to December Timeless Message. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to my channel. This message will be for all Cancer placements and also cross watchers. You are welcome. Let's dive right in here. So what I do with my readings is a little bit of astrology, some channeled messages, tarot and oracle support, and the love reading will be linked below. These are more self-focused, providing you more clarity for self-development and growth. And all the better if love shows up here, you get to use your intuition, right? For the characters and roles that these cards play in your story. Again, lots of helpful links below. I heard very clearly the revolution will not be televised. And as I was meditating on your energy, which I do with all the signs, whatever comes out, right? If it doesn't fit, don't make it. But sometimes there's correlation with the cards. So we'll see. And as people have been talking about with Pluto and Aquarius, right, this is a long cycle. And it's the great wave, as I like to call it. In my full moon in Aries reading, which you can find below, I talked about this great wave. It feels like it's like this wave that's upon us. And just like the tides, they shift and change, right? In Cancer, you know this best. You govern and rule the moon, which also represents cycles, right? Connecting in with the moon is very important for you, Cancer. And I heard the revolution will not be televised. So it might be like a slow process, or again, it's an internal process for you because for general overarching themes for sun and ascendant signs, right? Your birth chart holds way more information with which houses are being transited. And if you want to get a detailed reading with me, I do offer birth chart analysis. So check out my website below. But in a general overarching theme for Cancer, Sun and Ascendant, Pluto in Aquarius is transiting your 8th house, which is the subconscious. This is Plutonic energy. This is Scorpio. This is crisis management. This is also transformation, death, rebirth, cycles, what's hidden, the taboo. This is the human psyche. This is occult magic, divination. You can find a lot within this house. And also it does talk about, believe it or not, taxes and debt. So what's owed, karmic debt, all that kind of stuff, especially with Saturn now direct. Saturn is Kronos, Lord of Karma, time. He's the gatekeeper between worlds. Especially with Saturn in Pisces, which is also past life. And I've been talking about this a lot. So you have a lot of this. The revolution will not be televised because it might be something internal that's happening for you. A revolutionary act that's occurring for you. That's very specific, of course, right? Your birth chart holds so much information, again, on exact transits and exactly what's going on with certain aspects to these planets even, okay? So it's really good to get familiar with your specific birth chart. But overarching 8th house, okay? So crisis may emerge, but how do you handle it, especially internally, right? Coping mechanisms, reframing. I've been talking about the power of this therapeutic tool, and the link is below if you want to get more familiar with how to reframe your thoughts so you can create positive change in your life, right? That's the goal here. I wanted to briefly talk about Mars in Cancer because we do have Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde. You can find my Mercury retrograde reading below. It's the first link because I know a lot of you are currently feeling this retrograde energy and there's nothing to fear. It's just a refinement. It's like a tinkering of sorts, especially since we have Neptune now direct and also Saturn direct, Pluto changing signs. A lot of the external subconscious planets are now taking front and center for us to really see what's been hidden, this 8th house for you, right? Also, for everyone, we have Venus in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, so we have this conjunct. Conjunctions are where there are a maximizing on this these energies of these planets, Pluto and Venus currently. Venus in Aquarius will be till January 2nd. So Venus in your 8th house, also Pluto in your 8th house. Naturally, Venus conjunct Pluto transits are very seductive. This is like Lilith. So maybe getting familiar with your Lilith placement will help you understand what's going on, what's hidden, the taboo, your kinks, right? Because Scorpionic energy, 8th house, is also sexual. energy, sacral, right? This is the power of creation. It doesn't have to necessarily be the physical act of intimacy, but it very much can be for you. Getting more familiar with what you like, what you don't like, that type of thing. And also being able to express that to others. And again, there's something about this internal kind of dialogue and dialing that in during retrogrades to understand what it is that you really desire, what you're passionate about. But yeah, there's this Lilith kind of a feeling here while we have Venus in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, because Aquarius is very eclectic as it is, and it has a taste for many different things. Although it is a fixed air sign, it is 11th house, universal, right? This is humanitarian. This is different societal expectations that we're kind of breaking free from and seeing beyond any sort of stereotypes, or maybe even for you, like a certain way of expressing yourself sexually. And again, sacral energy is not just about the physical act. Remember that. This is key for you right now. What are you creating? But it is more with Aquarius about what you're creating and how it's impacting others. Is this for the highest good for you and everyone around you? Okay. Mars retrograde, just so you know, and I might have already started talking about this, is kind of going to be going back and forth until February 23rd. We have this Mars in Cancer that we had back in, when was it? September 4th to November 3rd. I want you to reflect on that time. And if you're new to my channel, you can watch back to other readings, and welcome. Hi, I'm Victoria. Hit that like button, by the way, to subscribe, or hit the like button to support, I should say, and subscribe if you like my style, right? It's a free way to support me. I appreciate your support. But yeah, September 4th to November 3rd, when Mars was in Cancer, I want you to think back to that time. Meditate on what was going on then, because you're going to have Mars in Cancer yet again February 23rd, which is really not that far off. So it's a great time for you to plan, especially during January, because it's a great planning month, Capricorn energy, of where do you want to go? Mars is about direction. This is action, vitality. This is a very masculine approach to life. Mars in Cancer, however, even if you don't have it as your natal placement, it affects all Cancer placements, right? So it does give you a boost, but there is a sense of disharmony with Mars, Aries, and Cancer. Cancer, it's water and fire. Although everything is divinely orchestrated and it can be worked out and negotiated, I want you to be mindful around acidity in the body. Okay, and I'm not a doctor. These are just downloaded messages for you. Skin issues, especially with people with this natal placement, can have a lot of IBS, and just because you're having this combustion of water and fire, so there's inflammation within the body potentially, and Cancer is about soothing, nurturing. This is like ointments and salves and oils, oil pulling, that type of thing, making sure that you're alkalizing the body. Okay, so this could be something that you could be doing in preparation for when Mars goes back into your sign, so that you have full gusto. I also say this because Sag season, which we're currently in, we have Mercury retrograde in Sag till December 15th, is in your 6th house, which is all about ritual, routine, detox, purification. So I do think that it's important for you to be careful on your digestive system and to make sure that you are balancing out any sort of acidity within the body. Okay, simplify things. Be gentle on yourself, okay? So that when Mars goes back into your sign, you know, you have more of this prana, this life force vitality. I also got oil pulling for some. If you don't know what these things are, you can look them up, okay? Naturally here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into winter season, so we do have this drying effect. So we do have to warm ourselves as I sip on my broth. Warm the body and also learn how to cool it down, you know, moisturize, these types of things for you. I also am working on a Chiron playlist right now since it is Sagittarius season. Chiron is Sag, right? These two go hand in hand. Sag represents a wounded aspect of the warrior or the healer within. And we are getting closer to our truth, right? Where we're learning more about ourselves. Saturn transiting your 9th house, right? Pisces, 9th, which is Sag, right? So there's this culmination of knowledge that you're gaining, and you're aspiring to take better care of yourself, not only, but also sexually, right? What are you creating? This could be balancing out some hormonal issues for you. I'm getting along around the body, and I think it's really the 6th house because that represents the physical body, Virgo energy. Okay, purification, detox is so crucial for you right now, and again, in preparation for when Mars goes back into your sign. I also got some other messages here for you about mastery, perfecting a craft. This is 6th house, a conduit of change. And then I got lone wolf. You might feel like you have to do things alone, or maybe other people don't agree with the way that you're handling your life or taking care of yourself. Maybe there are people that are trying to urge you to prioritize health for some of you, or you're helping someone else as well. You guys could also be some sort of like health coach is what I'm getting, or this is something that you're aspiring to do. But it might feel like you have to do some things alone. I saw a lone wolf. And then I saw chains, linking things. So when I see visually chains, it can represent many things. It can feel like restraints or restrictions, much like Saturn can do sometimes, especially now Saturn is direct. It can place stipulations and limitations on our lives, but for the betterment of ourselves, especially with retrograde energy. It's a place for us to go back and be like, okay, let's read the fine details a bit more. Let's see where the links are piecing together like a puzzle piece, right? This refinement. And also stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a full moon in Gemini reading here. It should be posted by today or whenever you find this. Just check out my channel. You can find those playlists below. But I will talk about Neptune direct as well, which just happened December 7th. Lots to talk about. Lots going on right now, okay? We have a lot of this tension with Saturn too, squaring off to Jupiter and Mercury. And again, if you're new to this astrology jargon, I understand, and I'm here to simplify it. With personal readings, you can get really clear, especially more detail on your personal roadmap. But yeah, linking things together. And then I got metals. So heavy metal as well, heavy metal detox. These could be things that you're doing, or this is just messages that are coming through. Again, I'm not a licensed practitioner. I'm not a doctor. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? But like copper, people talk about wearing copper for protection or for other means. There's something around metals, silver, copper, wearing some sort of emblem. Okay, maybe you're having a reaction even to wearing certain metals. That could be something to pay attention to, okay? All right, let's get into this. I wanted to read briefly about Saturn for you in your 9th house. This is a great book for my book lovers out there if you are interested and guided to purchasing. I'm just going to read a little bit here before we start. So Saturn transits of the 9th house is about assimilating many years of experience and relating them to some meaningful ideal, philosophy, or regimen of self-improvement. It is common for people to embark upon a rather structured journey towards regaining greater breadth of understanding, whether through physical travel, academic study, training, lectures, church, joining a group. I have seen these cases where the person actually combined more than one of these. Basically, this is a time to investigate and define your ultimate beliefs. This is metaphysical studies, right? This is all Sag energy. So this is about higher levels of learning, education, retreats. You could again be going back to school. And the card that I got for you when I bookmark any books, I just pull. I'm like, okay, what needs to be said? Meditation. Yeah. So for some of you with this 9th house, Saturn in your 9th house, it could be very beneficial for you to meditate more. You could also be going to a meditation retreat, a silent retreat of sorts to decompress a bit. Also, what's interesting is 19. We have the number 9, which is that 9th house. We also have 10. Meditation is going to help you. Visual mantra. I just did the Chiron and Cancer reading, and it could benefit you to watch for your Sun and Ascendant or any Cancer placements. They got this card as well. This is like Oh, and romance. Interesting. Yeah, they had 2 of those cards in the Chiron and Cancer reading. That playlist is below. I have Aries through Cancer so far. I'm going to be working through that. And again, I'll have that full moon in Gemini, December 15th. You have that full moon in it and marks the end of Mercury retrograde. Woohoo! Okay. Yeah, looking back to September, October, thinking back to those times, and how is your body feeling different now? Maybe some meditation could benefit you. Again, a retreat, a meditation retreat, like I'm saying, the 9th house. You guys could be new to meditation or a pro, right? And one thing with meditation is it can look so different. You know, everyone has this certain regimen, and maybe this is what you're dialing in, is like a certain way of meditating. But I've found personally, with my own experience with meditation, is I like guided meditations. It helps me focus a bit more on my intentions, and there's so many on YouTube. I highly suggest Steve Noble. He's a great healer, mentor, medium, channeler, but there's so many out there, okay? Energy clearing could be helpful, ridding yourself of toxins in the body. Energetic cleansing is very important through meditation for you, okay? Let's see what we have from the Death Doula here. What do we have for Cancer? Thank you for being here. If you're still watching, I appreciate your support, your comments, your likes, your shares, your subscribes to this channel. Cancer. What do we have for my lovely Cancer viewers? Cancer. What do we have? Angels. Regeneration. Yeah, the shadow. Okay, interesting. So that's that 8th house for you, right? Plutonic energy, Scorpio, it's all about shadow work, you know, death, transformation, regeneration, very much this Pluto in your 8th house. And again, when I say these transits, it is important for you to remember that this information is valid and true if you feel like it resonates, right? Of course, free will. But a birth chart reading analysis will really get you clear on specific house transits for you and your birth chart, okay? Regeneration, beautiful. I want to read from the book here. We all kind of know this idea, and I'm getting reminded for you about thinking back to Scorpio season would be very beneficial for you. This is a great oracle, by the way. It comes with different rituals for each card. Well, let's see what your ritual might be for this one. Regeneration. Yeah, I see someone purging, you know, Sag season, Sag energy is always going to assist you in meditation, purging, decluttering, getting more clear about a routine in your life, a meditation routine that helps you work on your shadow and to kind of regenerate new ideas, ways of being in the world. Know your past. This card invites the reader to reflect on past lives. Yeah, I was talking about that. Saturn is the gatekeeper between this life and the next, right? Or the past. Past, present, future type thing. Saturn in Pisces especially is a great time to be working on past life regression. And I do also offer a ancestral reading if you want to get clearer on what this might be for you. It's so important to be working with our ancestors, especially with this Pisces energy. We do have in January, and we'll talk more when we get there, Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. I do have a North and South Node playlist below that will help you work on some shadow aspects, because again, Chiron and your North and South Node are healing points in your chart. It's an evolutionary act that might not be televised for you. It's done within the shadows here. It says, transformation is not easy unless one understands the past. Okay? The lessons we learn along our journey and the pains that come along with them are but stages on the wheel of regeneration. Tend to the soil of you in order for new growth and rebirth to occur. So it's saying like a ritual for this would be reflection in the ashes. So this could be lighting a fire, or even candle work, like looking at a candle and seeing how it melts. Some people look at the wax and see what images come out of the wax. Also, the ashes of a fire, you can see maybe images within that. These are some practices that you can utilize. Reflection in the ashes. And there's deep shadow work that's occurring here. Also, what I'm getting reminded of with regeneration and the shadow, especially because these are both kind of scorpionic energies for you, is that the phoenix is Scorpio's highest form, right? Highest of all version of Scorpio is the phoenix, and they rise from the ashes, but they don't forget that they were birthed and created from those ashes itself. It's what's created resilience. It's again something for you to reflect on the past. It doesn't have to harden you or make you rigid or acidic, is what I'm hearing. Some of you could be dealing with acid reflux. Something to maintain is drinking more alkalized water. Again, meditation. I'm also getting for you, Cancer, that ways to moisturize, again, like sauna, light therapy. All right, Cancer. Cancer, what do we have for Cancer? Ancestors, guides, allies, ascended masters, angels. Cancer, collective. What do they need to know at this time for their highest and greatest good? Okay, let's start here. This is the Fountain Oracle, one of my all-time favorite decks. Beautiful imagery. So we have 2 5s here. We have the Hangman, King of Coins, and the 8 of Swords. So Gemini, Pisces. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus twice, and Aquarius. You could be dealing with these signs, or again, these could be parts of your chart or just energies. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands, which is Chiron, Wounded Warrior, Sag energy. Okay. 8 of Swords is very much my Mercury retrograde card. This is analysis paralysis. This is self-limiting beliefs. This is where we have bound ourselves up into a place of safety because we need to process something. And it looks like this has served you to some extent, but now the Hangman in reverse is saying it's time to release yourself from some restrictions that or pressures of life that may have been applied. There's a better way is what I'm hearing. And you are seeking this or have. Okay, for some of you, it's a general reading, so you're all at different timelines here. Through this regeneration, through this rising from the ashes, and again, more ritual, routine practices, daily practices, especially meditation, will help you to clear out some of this combativeness within the mental space, okay? 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. This is a point of friction. 5s are about change. So this is where I'm saying the change may have occurred for you, Cancer, or it's necessary. Spirit's guiding you to make some altercations, especially with the Hangman, okay? You could be dealing with, again, a Pisces. Or again, this could be talking about the Pisces North Node that's upcoming in January. But there's something about this 8 of Swords I want to clarify. Why is this 8 of Swords here? You could feel like now is not the time, Hangman. Something feels like you might have to strategize. 5 of Swords. You could be dealing with people that are very combative around you, especially within the workplace with the King of Coins. Or again, this could be a masculine or feminine, really doesn't matter. Gender roles are fluid here. That this is stabilizing. Maybe you feel like you're not stable financially or just mentally even, that you don't want to make any sort of irrational shifts in your life, and that's okay. Retrogrades do urge us to pause, right? Yeah, there's tension or turbulence potentially around stability for you, I'm seeing. But there is love nonetheless. There is support here. I'm feeling like even within love for some of you, now you have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. Look at that. Earth sign strong here. It's saying here, and again, love reading is below, but I am seeing love. Here you are, Cancer. Two of Cups, Four of Wands, Aries, Sag again, Nine of Wands twice here. We're clarifying that Eight of Swords, right? So with the Nine of Wands in reverse, I'm highly encouraging you to check out your Chiron natal placement. And maybe in Sag or Aries or Cancer or an earth sign. Taurus specifically. Could be fixed. But nonetheless, there is a level of delay or frustration. And there's delay also in the Hangman. So I'm seeing that there might be some tension even at work or just in relationship stability, you know, turbulence within the home as well. You know, you govern and rule the fourth house. But I see this Two of Cups here. So I do feel like even though you might feel lost, remember that lone wolf energy? You might feel alone at times. You might feel like a separation, Gemini lovers in reverse. Again, frustration is the key tone here. There's a level of like angst. Also, Mars in Leo right now is highlighting your second house. So this could be like, again, frustrations around money, especially with the Five of Pentacles here, because that is one key theme of this card. It also talks about victimizing ourselves, isolating ourselves, not accepting help. So that's a key theme here, is to be willing to ask for help, Cancer, if you need it. There are people around you that do want to support you. You got to let your guard down a bit. Or again, I'm talking about someone else around you, okay, that very well could be kind of resistant to change because of ego or just a lack mindset in general. But strong emphasis of finances here, tensions at work, maybe you want to switch jobs, but you don't know if it's going to cause a disruption within the home or stability that you've built here, Four of Wands. But there are partnerships on the horizon here, or you are currently in the middle of a dynamic that is supportive. I actually want to clarify further. What is this Two of Cups about for you? Yeah, because there's a level of tension. Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde is going to apply some tension. But like I always say, if you've been following me for a while, you know this saying, where the tension lies is where the growth is. Again, Saturn is squaring off to Jupiter and Mercury right now. So Saturn's going to take full front and center and saying, you know what? It's time to step out of those limiting beliefs. I'm going to show you where you have been living from that model. It's time to upgrade the model here. And I think for you, mainly to rid any of this frustration, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, Five of Coins, this friction, is to just change up some subtle things within your daily ritual. Okay, and this could literally be for work, career advice. I'd say to maybe start putting out resumes, putting yourself out there, but not necessarily making that change yet. Especially, I would suggest to wait until Mercury goes direct December 15th. Okay, what's this Two of Cups for Cancer? Why is this Two of Cups here? There's that Five of Swords again. So you could be telling me that there's codependency or emotional instability within partnership for some of you. Because here you are, male or female. You could feel very emotionally detached right now because this is kind of a spiral effect. Maybe people around you, partnerships around you, are sensing that you might need some more time alone because you might just be in a place of feeling a bit hostile. And I am sensing, though, for some of you that if you are in this place and there are good people around you, to make sure that you're not like, taking your anger out on others. Projecting is very common during Mercury retrograde. If you feel like this is someone else as well, especially Virgo, I'm seeing strongly, Sag, Aquarius, Pisces, Earth sign. If it is someone else, just know that they are trying to work on not projecting onto you, right? Trying to take a step back when conflict arises and just kind of mediate, reframe the mind a bit, not get too stuck in selfish needs, one-sided scenarios. If this is a reoccurring theme or pattern in your relationships, then this is something that you need to be mindful of. If you feel like you're always prioritizing others over self as well, I'm getting reminded that that is going to lead to more codependency in relationships, and it's time for you to address those concerns. Where have you felt scattered, or where have you felt like this is not stable for my emotional well-being even? Lots of frustration I'm seeing. But nonetheless, we got this beautiful pair here. So this could literally be that you're a parent for some of you, or there is some sort of stability around you. There is support around you. It's just, again, I'm getting reminded of like, you are the company you keep. And I know that's not always easy, especially within the workplace. You know, you got bills to pay, mouths to feed. I get it. But there is a way to meditate, even for some of you that are dealing with conflict at work. If you can, like, go into the bathroom or just take a break so you don't have to like allow this to stay stagnant in the body and create this Eight of Swords tension. How can you alleviate some of this pressure? Regenerate. So after a long day of work, for some of you, if you are having work issues, you could do some energy clearing. Energy work is going to help you to kind of maintain this until you can maybe find a better way, a better option. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to the love reading. You can find that link below. We're going to pull some astro cards to see some signs you could be dealing with, or these are transits, right? These are aspects, months, energies that are surrounding you in your love life. These are love focused and intimacy based relationships, but if family or friends show up, you use your intuition, okay? Let's see, Cancer in love. What signs are Cancers dealing with in love currently? Your Venus. You could have a Venus in Scorpio or Taurus, I saw, or you could. Venus is also just Taurus, Libra. Venus is in Aquarius right now, and like I said, it's conjunct Pluto. There's this kind of seductive Lilith quality. Maybe this is what's happening for you with this kind of like frustration. Look into your Lilith placement. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. We all have a Lilith placement. Black Moon Lilith in your chart. Mars, Venus and Mars. Ooh. Masculine, feminine dynamics. This could be, again, that Five of Swords can be very combative. There has to be some sort of balance here between the masculine and feminine within you or within your love interest. This is Aries, Scorpio. We did see Aries there as well in the Four of Wands. Let's see here. Venus and Mars. Ooh, this is a very heightened relationship. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Moon. Interesting. So they could have any of these placements in their moon. They could have a fire moon, specifically Aries, I'm seeing. You could have a Taurus moon or a Libra moon or Aries or Scorpio moon. Or you could. What other signs could Cancer be dealing with in love? In love for Cancer, angels, guides, allies, ascended masters. Show me one more card for Cancer. Water. Specifically Pisces on the bottom here. Yeah, and the moon does represent Cancer and Pisces for me. So those specific water signs, but it also could be Scorpio with the Mars there, okay? And again, it's so important to look into your chart to see other aspects or even months, right? And we'll talk more in the love reading about this energy and how it's going to present itself for you, Cancer. I wish you all the best. Check out those links below if you wish to follow me over for the love reading. Bye for now. Take care.